98.7 WFGR. That is Jim Croce. Don't mess around with Jim.
So I thought he said you don't mess around with Slim.
I think he says a little bit of both. The title of the song is "You Don't Mess Around with Jim."
Yeah, but at the end there it said you don't mess around with Slim,
dude.
Which was he referring to another person, or was Jim a slim fellow who he occasionally referred to as Slim instead of Jim? I'm a little confused.
Let me just say this: this is Jim Croce you're playing with, my friend.
I'm not playing with. I just was curious. I was just curious.
Don't go back and question the lyrics.
It's like
don't go back and question the motive.
You know what it is?
Don't wonder if it was a friend or two. You know what Jim Croce was?
What?
He was the original Dos Equis guy.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, that's the guy. He was that. Yeah. He was that guy.
I'm just agreeing with you to agree with you now. But that reminds me of the Billy Joel song "Don't Ask Me Why," where I think it was the third bar in. He says, "Don't ask me why," and you wonder why he threw that in there. I don't know.
I personally have laid awake nights wondering.
I've been curious about that for a long time, but I've been a little thrown the last few minutes.
What's right in front of you?
Know, what?
You got the internet. So why don't you look it up?
Well,
maybe the answer's out there.
No, I don't think it is.
No?
I think it's a secret. It's a conspiracy to keep that. There's a conspiracy to use your way of thinking that's keeping that under wraps.
Okay.
But I told you I'm a little. You've thrown me for a little loop because I'm paranoid about the mole on my ear now.
Well, you got a mole on your ear.
Yeah, you got a mole on your ear. You might not want to look at that.
I walked out.
Well, I looked at then so I'm constantly I went in the women's bathroom, which I shouldn't go into but it's it's the one person bathroom.
Women's are here now.
Well, yeah, exactly, but no one was using it. But I wanted to look at the mole on my ear, and I'm looking. It doesn't look like anything.
No.
And I think it's been there for a while, but I'm not 100% sure. But now you've got me paranoid that I have like ear cancer or something.
Let me tell you something. Why do you think I would tell you that?
I understand. Now I understand you're just like, hey, you're actually being concerned.
I was
but now
looking
you
out
got
for
me.
you.
Now you got me paranoid.
Well,
I'm thinking, do I need to see a dermatologist? I don't
think
so. I don't think I need to go see one. I don't think that's any issue at all. But now I'm a little, like I said, you got me thinking. That's going to be one of those things that I periodically think about. For probably the next 5 years.
Well,
Thank you very much.
You should.
No, I should think about that constantly. I should be paranoid.
You shouldn't. You should just keep an eye on it. If it grows, if it changes color.
Yes.
You know how I know all this stuff?
Go ahead. Enlighten me.
I got second place in the 7th grade science fair.
Wow.
Second place honorable mention.
Wait, you were studying moles?
No, I did a skin cancer project.
Oh, really?
My mom worked for a dermatologist here in town.
Okay.
In fact, at the time, one of our advertisers, Dr. Jack Deckinga, was one of the doctors she worked for.
Excellent.
So I did have a little experience with skin cancer and things like that, and I've made it a point my whole life, if I see something on somebody's face that looks suspect.
So you think this looks suspect then? You think this mole looks suspect?
It's raised?
It's not. Well,
it's a raised mole.
Well, I have a raised mole here that I've had for years.
Yeah, but those things can change over time. That's why I told you to keep an eye on it. I didn't want to throw you into paranoia.
Well, I've never been like a hypochondriac, or I've never been anybody who's. But when you start, throwing things like that out at me, now I'm going to be thinking about it.
Well, you should.
That's
why I threw it out there.
Yeah, but see, now that makes me more paranoid. When you keep addressing it like that.
Well,
so now I'm going to spend, like for the next week, I'm going to be doing this. I'm just going to be picking at it and touching it and rubbing it. People are like, why are you touching your ear like that? Because I said, because I think I have a cancerous mole here, because Andy told me I probably have ear cancer.
It's not my fault.
No,
you're ADD enough.
I'm not ADD. You're the one who's ADD, but you're the one who's making me do this now. It's okay. You know what? I'll overcome it. I'm a professional. I won't let it affect my work.
Okay,
if that's what you're concerned with.
Thank you very much. I was concerned about that. Yes, I was. Lover Boys coming up next right here, along with a little more paranoia on 98.7 WFGR.